What's up, guys? My name is Mal Socorro.
My name's Dron Gaddis.
And we are the wannabeaboos podcast, bringing you the latest and greatest game and anime news, reviews, and waifus for lifeu.
This is episode 15.
And, as always,
make sure you like and subscribe to us on YouTube. Make sure you ring that little bell because, YouTube's tomfoolery with letting you know if the people you're following put anything out. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Our Facebook is now up. That should be in the description now. Also, it's going to be wannabeaboos cast. Make sure you listen to us on Google Play, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and places like that. We're also on the Stitcher app, or I guess we're even on apps that other apps that we don't know about that do RSS feeds, right?
Yeah, pretty much any kind of podcasting app.
Yeah,
but we're mainly stationed at iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Google Play, iTunes. Those main four. Yeah. But you can find us anywhere else.
Yeah.
If you happen to have our RSS feed, which is also down below.
That's right.
Our link feed is down below, so just plug that in anywhere else, and you're good to go.
Yep.
How was your week, Jerron?
It's been all right. I finally was informed that I'll be able to play D&D again. That makes me happy.
Really?
Informed. That sounds like it's a fucking business transaction.
It is a transaction of some sort.
It kind of is. That's a fucking time commitment right there. But I'll luckily be able to play that. I may or may not be moving to Alabama relatively soon.
Yeah,
Don't worry, the podcast will go on. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Well, you have 2 months left here
to figure out what's going on.
Yeah. But then I've got a pretty good plan as to how we're gonna do this.
Mm-hmm.
So I can fill you in those details after this recording.
Yeah. Other than that, not much. How about you, Jamal?
My week's been pretty good.
Oh, also, happy Mother's Day to any of those moms that may or may not be listening.
Yeah.
And if you are listening, I'm sorry.
I have a better response to why.
Why what?
Why they're listening to us.
Oh, what's your take on that, Jamal? I'm curious.
I'm just curious. I'm just wondering why they would be listening to us in the first place.
I mean, they could be anime moms. Yeah. There's you go to conventions and stuff, and there's parents that drag their kids along, or the whole family's into it.
Yeah, or it's vice versa.
Or vice versa, where the kids drag their parents, and they're just kind of walking around like, what the fuck?
Just confused. It's always the best thing to look at, though.
Oh, it's beautiful. Especially when, like, the dad sees all the cute cosplayers, and he's like,
are they allowed to wear this?
Is this what you do, son? This is pretty good. And the mom's like, classic conservative white family.
Well, I've never brought my parents to Ace, and I don't know if you ever had.
No, I've talked about this before. I'm either on the podcast or just with you. I love my parents, and they support me in the things that I attempt to do. But I don't want them to watch this podcast. There's sides of yourself that you don't want your parents to see.
Yeah, that's true.
And this is one of them.
You mean the other half of you?
Actually, the one.
You mean the little other half of you?
Yeah. That's
essentially like your hobbies and your social things.
Well, okay. All right. So here it is. All right. So I'm fine with the video game side because there's not much that can really happen there. Anime side, I'd be like good for like a half of it. For like the Narutos,
all the mainstream
stuff. Megalobox or hell, even Darling in the Franxx.
A little bit actiony.
A little actiony. Something that's not like Queen's Blade or any hentai. I can't. There's no way I can justify that.
Or anything like close to borderline ecchi.
There's literally that is a conversation I would never want to have. If let's say I have kids and they're into anime and they, that stuff, it's easier because, you have that common ground. You're like, it's cool. I don't want to see it, but do what you got to do.
It's like, Daddy, what's this? And it shows you the cover of like fucking Seikon no Quasar.
Oh Lord.
Like, is this cool? This is some cool actiony anime that you used to watch when you were my age.
That's right. It is actiony. It is.
Can we watch it together?
No. You can enjoy that on your own time.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no, it's no, I don't want that to happen.
As I was saying though, my week's been pretty good so far. So it's getting colder here.
Yeah, it was warm just about all of last week.
Yeah, now it's starting to dip down for some reason.
Winter's coming again.
Second winter. I've actually been helping out Kevin making his cosplay. Because for you listeners who are unaware, or if you are aware, this next coming weekend, here in Chicagoland area, it's gonna be the ASIN.
Whatever 25th for I don't fucking know.
20.
One of those.
I think it's the 21st. Yeah, 21st. It's the 21st ASIN, or ASIN is short for Anime Central.
Yeah. It's a little something me and Jomo enjoy going to. Well, I enjoyed going to.
Oh, something. This is the biggest convention in the Midwest.
No, it's not. I thought it was.
Yeah, third biggest.
I thought Anime Midwest was the biggest Midwest.
No, it's Anime Central. Oh. And Midwest came after Anime Central.
Right.
Because I think ASIN is the third biggest, because I know Toronto and Canada have their big shit, and they're a little bit bigger than ASIN, but it's still within the Midwestern region. But in the U.S. Midwestern region, ASIN's the biggest one in Midwest. Whereas like Anime Expo is the biggest in the West Coast, because in California. Right. And I don't know what's in the East Coast.
I don't remember.
I think it's Anime Matsuri
or Anime Butthole, something like that.
But it's con season pretty much. Well, con season already started.
Yeah, it's already in full. It's all year. Con season is literally all year. There's a con at least once a month somewhere. Like in the U.S., you can go to a con if you need to. I think. Maybe I'm bullshitting. I'm probably bullshitting.
So I think the earliest one is like April or something, and that's in Texas.
I thought there was some in January.
Is there? Is Katsucon in January, or is that Dragon Con? One of those cons.
I'm gonna find out.
In relation to today's topics, though, we do want to talk about some of our first experiences, worst and best, and our overall experiences we had with cons that we've gone through in the past year, past few years and such.
Katsucon was in February.
Okay.
And then what was the other one?
Dragon Con.
I
know Dragon Con is usually earlier. It's before ASIN.
That was in August.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Oh no! It's this year. It's gonna be in August.
Yeah, I know. That's later. That's later this year. I'm still.
It started in 1987.
Jeez. Wait, Dragon Con?
Dragon Con.
Wow.
But yeah, there's a ton of shit. San Diego Comic Con, WonderCon, MomoCon, MegaCon, New York Comic Con, a whole bunch of shit.
That's true.
You can, if you want to con out, you can con out. I haven't conned in 5 years, and I'm sad. I'm going to ASIN for a day this weekend.
Yeah, you might as well come Sunday if things work out with things work out with my passes.
Honestly, I might. I just might, because I won't be doing any. I hope. Fuck, I gotta take off work.
Because Sunday is the what?
I'm okay.
Okay.
I work Thursday and Friday.
I see.
And I can ask him to have Saturday and Sunday off. We're good.
There we go.
Finger guns.
Sunday's also the Final Fantasy concert as well. I believe so.
Oh, thank God.
It's usually going to be on Sunday.
Love me some music from Final Fantasy, even though I only remember what's in 13, considering that's the most recent one that I've played. And fuck you people that say it's bad. It is, but it's not. That's not the worst thing ever.
Which one? 13-1 or
1 and 2?
2. Oh, okay.
I guess and 3. People just didn't like that series. I enjoyed them because I like lightning. But that's neither here nor there.
No, that's not. That's not.
But going back to our first experiences at ASIN.
I'm like, how about your first time? What year was it when you first went?
Shit, this was definitely back in like high school. This had to be junior year of high school, maybe senior year.
So 2011.
We graduated in 14.
No, we didn't. We graduated
13.
12.
Was it 12?
Yeah, we graduated in 12.
Fuck.
2012.
2012.
That was my first year, and I remember because I graduated. We graduated, and that was my first time going, and that was like a big thing.
Yeah. I went the summer before.
So 2011 then.
Yes, so junior year. So yeah, and it was so fucking awkward because I didn't go with anyone.
Wait, really? Oh, really? You went by yourself?
Sorta, kinda. I met up with some friends, but in general, like they had their own thing going on.
I see, and you kind of just like you were left to your own devices.
Yeah, and man. My parents also picked me up to and from, and it was just like I bought stuff. I bought stuff that I wanted. I think the first time I went, I bought like one of those training kendo swords.
Oh, of course.
I bought that. I bought a keyblade.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. And I bought some keychains that are broken now, which I'm sad about. And like I didn't cosplay, I didn't do anything. I was just like, "What's a con, guys?" And then I got thrown in. I'm just kind of awkwardly like, "Can I buy this?" And it's like, it's just like a little fucking asshole. And like, oh my god, don't have social anxiety at your first con. It's awful.
At least don't go by yourself.
Don't go by yourself. Have social and have social anxiety. It's not great. It is not great. I had fun, sort of, kind of.
But did you do anything late night or
no?
No.
Like I said, my parents picked me up.
Okay.
So I couldn't go to any of the hentai panels or go to the rave. Did I go? No, I definitely didn't go to the rave. Wait. And then yeah. That's how it went. It was just a super. Actually, I'm pretty sure I only went for like 3 hours the first time.
Oh really?
I think I got the 3-day pass. I spent the full 60 because I bought it like 2 or 3 weeks before.
Right.
I didn't go Friday.
Because that was class. No, that wasn't class. No, it was class, wasn't it?
So I didn't go Friday.
Yeah.
I went for 3 hours Saturday and said, I'm not going Sunday because it felt weird. It felt so weird. Like, it was just, you just thrust into this whole group of people, sure. I mean, at the time, I guess I wouldn't say I was new to anime. I definitely wasn't new to anime at that point in time. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gone to ASIN. Mm-hmm. Especially not by myself. But I just.
But what made you want to go back next year?
Because at that point in time, I had people going with me.
Oh, okay.
At that time, I went with my cousin and Trgedies, and we met up with you guys. So it was definitely a lot more fun when you have a group of people.
With your first time, you kind of just dropped in.
Yeah, we just kind of dropped in the middle of Weeb Town. You just don't know what's going on. And
I would have thought you would have felt more at home if it was, seeing is like just interacting with them in the first place.
Well, see, that's why I was able to stay for 3 hours.
Oh, okay.
So the first hour was essentially by myself. Second hour, I met up with my group of friends, and that's once they left, I left.
Oh, I see.
So and then I didn't go back Sunday because there wasn't anything for me to really. I mean, there was plenty to do, obviously, but I just couldn't do it. I just literally couldn't do it. I felt weird, and I hated that I wasted that much money. But
and you walked out. You walked out with a Keyblade.
I walked out with a Keyblade. I felt fucking -1 times cooler. Never going negative, kids. Never going to the negative. How about you, Jamal? How was your first time?
So
how was your cherry popped?
How was my cherry popped?
Mine was popped violently.
I think you were there. My first year was your first year. Oh no, my first year was your second year going.
Okay, so
it was 2012.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember anything that happened that year. There was a lot of shit that went down.
Yes.
There's a lot of shit that went down that I still sort of dread and kind of like lingers in the back of my head. Like, don't fuck this up.
I always think about it. I'm sorry. I don't want to shit on you, Chomel, but I kind of always think about it anytime you guys do hotel arrangements now. Yeah. I'm like, Chomel, don't fuck it up.
So, a bit of context. Let me explain to you, listeners. So, Originally, when at my first year, I was gonna stay in a room with Duran and I don't know who else was in the room. Baja,
Martrell. I don't remember who else.
But it was a small group. It was a small group of individuals, friends and such. And I actually went there day 0.
Yeah.
I went there day 0 to check it out.
Right. You did come ahead of us, right?
Yeah. I went to day 0 to check out because it was my first time. I was excited, so I didn't. I was going along with the flow. And
Lewis was with you, right?
Yes, he was with me actually. Because I thought it was Matthias for some reason, but no, it was the other.
Essentially white.
Well, he was the other pale guy.
The other pale guy.
And
non-browns.
And I was I was talking with the hotel staff about the room, and then they told me that I can actually check in a day earlier if the room was available. I was like, oh, okay. Now, mind you, when I was doing this, I was doing this because it was from like. It was me just trying to do the best as I can for the group.
Right.
Because I thought it'd be convenient and I would help out everyone if we already checked in, not in if we didn't have to line up or something next day.
I got you. Right. It was a noble cause that went awry.
It went terribly wrong, but I'll build up to that now. Yeah. So this was my first time going.
Yep.
And then we checked in, and I guess the one thing I fucked up on is The lady asked me who I was in this room with.
Yeah.
And I said it was me, and then Luz was next to me, and then this other dude, and I also said 2 more people.
Yeah.
That's when I fucked up. Because
you're not supposed.
No, you can.
Oh.
But the room was actually originally set up for 2 people.
Oh.
But I didn't know that at the time. I was a naive con goer at the time.
That is one of the mistakes first time con goers make, as I understand. And
it was all good for like the first hour.
Mm-hmm.
We checked in. I got my stuff. I put all my stuff. I even got my cosplay ready in the room. I was like, this is nice. And then all of a sudden I get a phone call. Like the room called.
Yeah.
And man.
I don't
know if I should. If I feel too comfortable opening up old wounds.
Well, I'm gonna open this wound for you.
All right, go ahead.
Because I understand I know the other side of this whole story.
Yeah.
Because
Were you there? Were you there during the phone call?
Or? No, I was. Was I there during the phone call? Maybe, but I don't remember the specific phone call. But I remember. Essentially everything that the domino effect that happened afterwards.
Yeah.
So the room was originally rented by my friend Baja, who
set up a room.
Who set up the room for 2 people, her and whoever else. Now, normally you're not allowed to you're not allowed to use more than
the designated amount of people you reserved.
You're right. The designated amount of people stay the night in there.
Yeah, it's like if you say there's 2 people, you can have 5 people in. That's the rule. The general rule of thumb with hotels and stuff.
Right. So, if you don't know, any listeners, if you do book a hotel for a con, it is generally understood among the community that you get it for 1 to 2 people. Usually 2, that way you have 2 beds at least.
Yeah.
And then you just don't tell the staff.
Mm-hmm.
You just pack as many of your friends in there as possible.
Reason being is because they charge more.
They charge more per person.
When you add more people in the room.
Right, exactly. And we stayed at the Hyatt.
Yeah, it was dead center of the con.
Dead center of the con.
The Hyatt Regency Hotel.
And they're pretty expensive because they know it's the Hyatt's the one that's fucking hosting the con.
Exactly.
So they charge a lot. Wait a second. Hold on. Maybe that was... Right, that was my second time. The third time was when I went with my cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he was there too.
But we weren't going to stay in the hotel, were we?
He was there too.
Yeah. That's why we had to change our plans.
Yeah.
So
go on. So go, tell your side, because you said you're on the other side of this.
So I was on the other side. My friend Baja got a call, and after going through that, she was fucking pissed. Unfortunately, that did destroy their friendship. And I understand that kind of situation is really hard to deal with because, as you know, again, Jomel wanted to, do what's best, thought he was doing what's best for the group, and I
honestly thought I was trying to be convenient to the group,
right?
But I ended up just fucking things up from the get-go.
I figured you had some sort of reason.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually the first time I heard your side of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah, I never brought it up.
You never brought it up.
I never brought it up because I never wanted to go back to that terrible memory.
Right.
Like, you know how much mental stress I went through that.
I'm sure. Again, so like, I understand that now that you've told me. So
yeah.
That's why I now get why you never wanted to bring it up because that's some shit. That's some shit no one wants to go through.
I'll tell you more after your side comes up.
So she was pissed. She was fucking. Baja was fucking pissed. She was barking at Jomel like it was nothing. Needless to say, he got kicked out of the room, and Lewis and whatever other guy. I believe we had to change our arrangements because no. I'm thinking of a different time that I went with.
You had to change your rooms though.
Did we?
Yeah, I'll tell you. I'll explain why afterwards. Because the first room was on the ground floor.
Yeah.
And then you ended up somewhere in the higher floors.
Right. So yeah, essentially, it was just we kind of had to meet up with Jomel in almost secret because if Baja saw Jomel, she would have fucking killed him.
Yeah. So now going back to my side, when I got after getting the call, not only did I get a call from Baja, the call someone else called back, and it was both her parents actually. Both of her parents actually called the room and talked to me as well.
Oh shit!
And dear Lord, I've never once tried to negotiate
with an angry black man.
Well, I've never once tried to negotiate in my life.
Yeah.
And that was an experience because there was a lot of talk, a lot of interrogation, questioning. Yeah. And then, what is a 18 to 19? No. What is a like a 18-year-old or no 17-year-old? I was young by then. What is a 17-year-old to do for the situation, all that?
Right.
And man, after that phone call, I've never been more religious in my life.
Oh my god.
This is still my first con, by the way.
Right.
I have never been more religious in my life. Dropped on my knees like a diner whore and just prayed to the Lord Jesus himself and whoever was listening. I didn't know what was gonna come up this night. I was praying. I was thinking about trying to like fight my way out if they happen to visit or like sneak out or something.
Right.
There was shit. Oh my god.
I'm sorry that I'm laughing.
Luckily though. Security actually visited the room, and then they told me, "Oh, we got word that someone was unauthorized. Someone wasn't authorized to be in this room." I was like, "I guess that was me," and so they wistfully escorted me out. And
okay.
Luckily, I have my car as well because I actually drove there myself.
Yeah.
I drove there because I parked at the train station. Mm-hmm. And man, so I drove there, parked, and then we're just loading up the stuff, and I was escorted by security.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this, I didn't go home. I didn't go home that night.
You thought they were waiting for you? Did you think they were waiting for you?
I thought something about... So no, see, the thing was, I already told my parents I was leaving that day, and I wouldn't be coming home.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to explain myself if I went home.
Fair
enough.
enough.
I didn't go home.
Uh-huh.
I didn't go to anywhere. You know, what I ended up doing was... What I ended up doing was, when I left, I actually went by the local Denny's and then started like stressing out completely. It was 1 a.m. in the morning. I went to Denny's, ordered a hot chocolate, and then just pulled up my computer and started looking up loans.
Oh my god!
Because a lot of the talk with like her parents was talking about like money wise and all that. I was like, oh god. I started looking up shark loans and loan sharks and all of that and trying to like formulate what kind of plan I would get monetarily. I was stressing out. I slept for an hour in the Denny's.
I'm so sorry, John.
I felt like I was a criminal on the run.
A criminal on the run.
And then
looking over your back.
So seriously, and then when I left the Denny's, I couldn't go home. I didn't have anyone else to turn to. I've never felt so alone. That weekend, like, oh my god, I actually parked at a random spot in my neighborhood and just slept in the car. Yeah, I slept. I slept in the car that night.
Oh my god, you went through a fucking lot, dude. What the?
That was day 0 too.
I know. Oh my god.
There's still more to the story, by the way.
There's still more to the story.
So yeah, I ended up sleeping. In my car that night. I never felt more like a homeless man ever. So stressed about what was gonna happen. Cause I was also waiting. I should turn my phone off too, cause I didn't know if she had my numbers. I turned my phone off so they couldn't track me or something like that. I was very paranoid. I was so very paranoid that day.
Oh my god.
And so after nervously falling asleep that night, I ended up going to day 1.
Yeah.
And I actually ended up meeting up with Anthony. He was actually a godsend.
Yeah.
To me, because I had no other group besides you guys to walk around with con, so I was basically by myself. Mm-hmm. But then I actually met up with Anthony, and I actually hung up with him the entire weekend. Mm-hmm. And so, I also asked him if I could actually. I actually ended up staying at his place.
Yeah.
And it worked out for me because because he didn't have a room at all or anything. Mm-hmm. So the way it would work is that if I stayed at his place, I would just drive him to con.
Right.
And that was the perfect thing. And I was already welcomed in their home anyway.
Right.
So I was greatly appreciated.
You guys have been childhood friends for some time.
Oh yeah. So it's been I finally found a place of to stay. And oh no, not just that. Sorry. Let me backtrack just a little bit.
Yeah.
After I woke up from my car nap, from my car sleep, I actually drove over to Matt's house and met up with like Matt and Lewis because apparently he was there too.
Yeah.
And I slept on their couch. Because I was still still
exhausted,
sleep deprived.
Sure.
Yeah, and I explained to them the story, and then I was pretty much like I was home hopping.
I'm
essentially.
assuming they both fucking laughed at you.
Probably, yeah. So I stood there for a couple of hours, hung out with both of them for a bit, and then I went to con, and that's when I met up with Anthony.
Okay.
And then I talked to him about the situation, not the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want him to judge me.
Right.
But he allowed me to stay with him at his house.
Right.
And I took refuge in his home for the weekend.
You found a fucking. Well, what do they call when the criminal suspects have to go get put in protection?
Oh,
witness protection program. There we go.
Essentially.
Oh my god, that's fucking.
That was the morning of day 1.
That was the morning of day 1. How'd the rest of the con go?
It was okay. I hung around with Anthony. Do you know what my cosplay was that year?
Yeah, it was the villager from Minecraft.
Now, do you ever remember seeing one in the elevator?
Do I remember? I think you posted a picture. Maybe. I don't. Yes, I do.
That was me.
Why didn't you say anything?
Because Baja was in their elevator too.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Wait, we knew it was you. Oh my god, I remember that now.
Because I went up. So I went up to the elevator because Anthony was meeting up with in Nicole's room, his sister.
Right.
And we took the elevator. We stopped on the floor. How is it that my luck that you motherfuckers came into the same elevator as us?
Yeah, that was when I saw you. My eyes wide, and I was like, "Oh shit."
I was so glad because.
Oh wait, did I know by then?
Did you?
I don't remember.
I don't think you knew.
And then you told me, and I was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
I don't remember which way. No, because you showed me beforehand.
Was it beforehand?
Yeah, you showed me what you were gonna wear.
Okay.
Beforehand, so yeah, I knew it was you. And then it just
because luckily I wore a full body cosplay. You couldn't recognize me at all.
Right.
And with my fucking luck, how was it that you guys entered my elevator? It was you, Justin, and Baja, and whoever else was there. Was like, oh my fucking god!
I bet you. I'm sure you almost shit yourself.
I probably did shit myself. My cover was almost blown too. Because Anthony was next to us. He was asking you if you have any room for any more, and if you have any room in your room. He was referring to myself. He was referring to him, and then he was like, hey, "You have any more room in your room for for us?" Luckily, he didn't say my name.
Right. Oh my god.
But he was asking, and then there's the usual band like, "Oh no, we don't really have any more room." And man, when the elevator stopped, I got out of the elevator quick as fuck. That was the first and only time I ever ran into you guys.
Oh my god.
Naturally.
No, we didn't we?
We counted each other, yeah, but we didn't run into each other.
We met up and we took pictures.
Yeah.
Was that then?
That was then, yeah. But that was the first. That morning was the first time we actually ran into each other.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I got you.
That was the first time we ran into.
Right.
The first and last time we ran into, because all other moments of meeting up was just through contact.
Okay,
through text and all that.
I got you.
Because I never once expected to run into you like that.
The odds were, that it was very unlikely that we were gonna run into each other,
especially after that fucking fiasco in day 0.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Especially in that way, maybe in like passing. Like, you're down there and we, whatever. But, yeah, but being the fact that we got in the elevator together, that was fucking goony. Oh, man.
So, yeah, so you did know that was me, right?
Yeah, I feel like I remember knowing that was you. Because I know Justin was he didn't know. He was cracking up. I thought he knew.
I thought he didn't know.
Like I said, I don't remember it clearly.
Because I remember just when he saw me in when the elevator opened up, he was like, "Oh shit, it's a villager. That's pretty cool, man." Because he acted like he didn't know me.
Oh, then yeah, maybe he didn't know. Maybe I didn't know it either. But then I saw Anthony. Did I know Anthony at that point?
You should have, maybe. 2012.
I don't remember. My memory's not worth a shit.
Well, that was still like the most stressful thing I've ever experienced. The rest of my con was pretty much me hanging out with Anthony and then doing things of a Minecraft villager does. Yeah. Which is walking around and standing in front of doors because I couldn't open them.
Right.
Because my hands were preoccupied, but it was pretty fun. I went to the rave like that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because when I was walking out, you know how when the rave lines up, you get the people like lining it like high-fiving you.
Did we see you? Because we went to the rave too.
Did you?
Yes. I specifically remember going that time because that was the first time I went to the rave.
Right.
And I made it my mission because there's no secret to anyone that I thoroughly enjoy women. And they usually have dancers on stage, and I made it my mission to get fucking right at the front so I can watch the whole time.
Oh my god.
And that was an adventure, cause you see a lot of people on drugs.
Oh yeah.
Fucking
indeed.
Just in it.
Evander once sold a guy Mentos and told him it was like LSD.
I'm so happy he did.
He earned like $5 that night, and the guys were like hopped up as shit.
Oh, he could have got more. He could have got way more.
Because he was like insane placebo effect. One guy knocked the fuck out on the floor, and the other guy was dancing like he was having a seizure.
Well, they might have already been
on
way hyped up before the Mentos,
maybe,
and that just knocked him out. Damn. Actually, no. I think I do remember seeing you guys on the dance floor because I think I remember seeing Evander. Because he did the Black Mask, right?
I don't think it was that year though.
Was that not that year? Maybe that was my third year, your second year.
Probably. But as I was saying, when I went outside, people were just high fiving me, and it was a good experience. Because I went into the rave like that. It was hot as fuck.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
And I never once thought that cardboard could retain so much water and gets really heavy once it does.
Yep.
Because man,
you were fucking soggy.
I wasn't just soggy, but I was heavy lifting because wet cardboard weighs like twice as much as it normally does.
Oh yeah. And
dear Lord. But yeah, that was my first like con year. It was the most stressful first con ever. Like John,
God.
I remember the last day. You actually came home. I dropped you and Justin off that day. And then that was even worse just because Bosch's dad was talking at the window, and then I was like pretending to look away from the window, and Justin was distracting him from me.
Yep. That was real spicy for you.
I mean, Jerome,
mine sounds like it was just a fucking walk in the park. Oh, you're a little awkward. That's too bad. You fucking almost you went on a mission.
I was literally homeless for a good 24 hours. I've never once felt so degraded in my life. Sleeping in my own car.
That fact, it just makes me. I'm trying not to laugh at your plight, but it's just fucking funny. Oh my god.
Like I swear to you, John, in our friendship, that I didn't mean any harm that year.
I knew you didn't at the time.
Okay.
I'm sure it was just for some reason you just didn't want to bring it up. I'm like,
yeah.
For whatever reason.
I was wondering why you never brought it up. You never brought it up.
Well, I tried to get the answer out of you. Maybe a week later.
Oh, was it?
We were driving somewhere.
Oh, okay.
As you said, you didn't want to talk about it, so I just left it there. I figured, again, it was something either you really didn't want to talk about, something you fucked up and, again, didn't want to talk about, or, you know.
It was all the above.
Or all of the above, exactly.
That was an adventure for me, and that was a lot to take. That was a lot for me to take in, as well as me having to talk about it, like, you know, within the coming weeks.
Right.
After the fact.
So I just kind of left it there.
But now you know. Now you know.
Now I know.
After 5 years.
After 5 years, the mystery has been revealed.
No, 6 years. After 6 years.
Yeah, 6 years. Damn.
Jesus Christ. I would never thought that my first con was gonna be like that. The most.
I don't think anyone could predict that. That they'd be homeless for a while.
My first con, I was homeless for a day.
Yep.
I got kicked out and I fucked up on a lot of things, and I was about to go to a loan shark, and get me a few thousands of dollars. For real, I
went to loan sharks. That's great.
I was looking at websites on my computer too. I was like, I was legit looking for loans. I was like, how can I pay back these people? What can I do?
How can I serve Wakanda?
How must I repay my debt?
Oh man, I'm sorry, Jamal, but like that honestly sounds like a nightmare. We'll form a Kickstarter so that you can get some
or a GoFundMe.
A GoFundMe
for my psychiatric treatment.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm more surprised I was able to pull it off for a whole weekend. Again, Anthony was my godsend during that time,
right?
Because he was the only one that he was the one person that took me in,
right?
When there was no one else I could turn to,
right?
I didn't really have anyone else besides you guys at the con,
right?
So,
I mean, there was
Nicole, but there was some weird stuff going in that room. I wasn't too comfortable about that.
Sure, because she was with one of her boyfriends at that point in time.
Yeah, well, not just that, but there was also other people in the room. They were quite the eccentric type.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, I'm assuming they're close friends with her, so I mean, I would imagine. I
don't know, it's a little bit awkward because I didn't really know them.
Right.
I was more comfortable just going back with Anthony and all that.
Mm-hmm. But damn, son. Just knowing that that's where it came from, just from one small little mistake, it just all went downhill.
Yeah.
Like, what are the fucking odds? But
wait, I'm kind of curious as to what was told on your end as to what the issue was.
So the way Baja put it was that you tried to check in early. It was you and like one or two other people. Mm-hmm. And she made it sound like you were attempting to rob her.
Like rob the room?
Not rob the room, but like put in, like have more people stay than we currently need it.
Oh.
I think at that time we had, if I remember specifically, it was me, her, Martrell, I think Hanako went, Brianna and Justin and Janine.
So 7.
So there were already 7 in there.
Plus me.
Plus you were gonna be there, and she didn't plan on you bringing anybody else.
Oh, okay. So
the extra 2 would have, I don't know. I guess she thought that you were trying to, she probably thought she thought that you were trying to force her to pay more for you guys.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
And while I understand why you didn't tell her, not saying anything made it worse.
Yeah.
Because to this day, she now thinks you're sketchy. Because of that. And yeah, that's where that history comes from. It's so weird. Because I mean, I'm pretty sure if she told you, she would just. If you told her, she would just called you an idiot, and then solved it from there. I mean, she definitely would have yelled at you, but that's as far as that would have gone. But I mean, past is the past.
Yeah, 6 years. 6 years running.
6 years running. this grudge that started from a misunderstanding.
Yeah, honestly.
God damn.
Oh man, but, not a day goes by. No, not a year goes by that Asen doesn't a little bit trigger me.
Just a little
a little bit.
Like, I don't want to handle the hotel stuff. Someone else do it.
Not a year goes by where when Asen comes around, micro triggers get me.
Yeah, I got you.
And then like the flashbacks,
right,
and the coffee and the smell of Denny's.
You're just sitting there shaking at your phone.
Oh shit! There goes a pop filter.
You might hear me a little bit because the pop filter popped off. There we go.
There we go.
I got a little bit too violent. Goddamn though. I mean, our next con after that was. Did you go? Yeah, you went, didn't you?
Well, the next year.
The next year.
Well, other than this, I was gonna ask you if did you have any more like experiences after the first year?
Like I didn't have any that were bad.
How about this? What were your best experiences that you've had? Out of all the years you went so far. Like what's the most like? Yeah, I guess I wouldn't say memorable, but like what really like made that year.
My first hentai panel.
Oh, really?
My first rave. And... Fuck, what else did I even do? Well, because I specifically remember my first hentai panel. Mm-hmm. Is that I was there with, again, it was me, Srijith, and... No, I'm thinking third year. It was me, Justin, and someone else. Someone else went with us. I don't remember who. I don't think you were there. Actually, I don't remember. I honestly don't even remember if this was that year or the year after. It's kind of all a blur, to be honest. Mm-hmm. But we already talked about my first rave where I made it a fucking mission to just stare at these girls for hours. I had a favorite. I didn't dance. I just kind of stood there.
You just stood there in the middle.
And stared like a fucking creep. Middle of the mosh pit, just fucking eyeing this girl.
Oh my! I don't know. I mean, I don't know whether to feel sorry for the girl because
you should feel sorry for her because if she locked eyes with me, it'd have been fucking awkward. I wouldn't have stopped. But
they say that if you lock eyes with someone for more than 8 seconds, you fall in love.
Oh man, if only. She wasn't having it though. I'm sure. I honestly. See, this is why women hate the male gaze. Because looking back, that was fucking creepy as hell.
That's like, tall motherfucker in the middle of the crowd is going like,
I would never stare that hard now. Because I know how bad it feels. Not how bad it. I guess I don't personally know how bad it feels, but I can imagine how bad that feels. So I don't do it anymore. So shame on younger 18-year-old me. Because he was a fucking creeper. I guess I'm still kind of a creeper.
But what made the hentai panel? What made the hentai panel more a thing for you?
Because it was a where the audience got to voice what was going on in the scenes.
Like they read it aloud?
No. So, we watched the hentai scene. We watched it in Japanese. I don't know. We watched it. We got the context of what was happening. So they said, "All right, we're gonna record people, and you're gonna dub over what's being said."
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, that was fucking funny. There was like this Pac-Man, fleshy Pac-Man looking motherfucker.
Oh my god.
That it was like this guy was perfect. It was like it's a.
By the way, this is our weekly hentai plug.
Damn it! you lulled me into it. So hentai tentacle scene.
Standard.
It was coming after this elf princess, whatever, and it could talk a little bit, and it's all inside of his mouth were all these tentacles. In context, it was saying like, you can't, princess, you're blah 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 blah, I'm gonna get you. Classic hentai.
Classic rapey aliens.
Classic rapey alien.
Oh, God.
But this guy voiced it, and oh my God, I wish I knew it like to a T. But it was like, girl, let me smell them vapors. I'm coming for that pussy. And I was like, damn. Son.
Oh, my God.
Like, it's just watching it was like, oh, my God. This is the best thing ever. Like, the whole night was hilarious. I don't know why, but that's the one scene that stuck in my mind. I don't remember shit else from it.
Really?
That's just, that one scene was fucking hilarious.
Wait, didn't you tell me one guy did a Hank Hill voice?
That was my 4th year.
Oh, okay. Oh, God.
That one was pretty good.
Okay.
There
was that specific like hentai scene.
There's that specific hentai scene that I remember. That was because that was my first hentai panel, like I said.
Right.
And it was fucking. Oh my God! Here's a little advice for future con goers. If you're gonna go to a hentai panel, go to the ones that are like you're dubbing stuff or. There's some sort of discussion or some kind of fun. Don't go to one to watch hentai. Just to watch it. Because
those don't exist, do they?
They do exist.
Do they?
They do exist. They go on all night.
Really? I've never ran into those. That's why.
Yeah. Well, so some of them are in the.
Is it those viewing rooms where they like watch anime?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Not the big ones, but like just there's a room with a projector.
Right.
So if you're going to go to hentai panels, go to the fun ones. Don't go to the ones where you just watch hentai, because some people will, some people you can sit down and have a laugh with. Other people will be jerking off.
I hope I'm not speaking from experience.
I'm not.
Okay.
Like I said, I refuse to go. I heard this from someone that's gone to multiple cons.
Oh, really?
Yes. So
it's not too surprising, but still, it's a little bit.
It's again, people. There's a varying spectrum, of weebism. There's the geeky side and the oh shit, put this away side.
Like, this is what Jesus doesn't want us to see.
This is exactly what Jesus doesn't want. The fat neckbeardy. The
milady kind of fedora tipping
mofos
with a samurai sword strapped to his back.
Oh man, I don't want to bring up my tism scale because it's bad and it's wrong, because people with mental disabilities can't help themselves sometimes, but it's
wait, what are you saying right now?
Because again, there's a spectrum of weebism.
Right.
There, within that, we don't want Jesus to see this. There's a subsection of it of I don't want to associate with that at all.
I see.
It's so awkward, so cringy that you just it's literally just bubbling sin.
Now,
and I don't know if it's the splice between people being autistic and liking anime, and so you can be autistic and love anime, perfectly fine. I have a couple friends that are like exactly like that, and they're good people. I enjoy them personally. I don't know if I don't have a lot of patience with people normally, but it's just hard to interact with them. But I do love them as people. But then we have shitty people in the community that are just gross. But then
I think I know what you're talking about.
And then you add autism to that, and it just.
I think it's also more obsessive. It's more of an obsessive personality as well.
Well, yes, like I said, there's that part of where you don't have a mental disability, but when you add that, it becomes a whole new unfortunate monster that you just kind of like, where no one really wants to talk about it. Even people in that section don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And it's an unfortunate thing, and again, they can't help it sometimes. I just don't want to deal with it. That's just something I don't want to even ponder.
Now the thing is though, not all cons have all these people.
Not exactly.
Majority of them are actually more, I guess,
geeky
side, where everyone's just trying to have fun. They're wearing cosplays.
Right.
They're putting on a character, but not necessarily. They're putting in enough to sell the idea, so that like, oh look, it's Goku, or like, oh look, it's a Minecraft villager. He's just standing in the doorway. I get that. That's a one tier meme right there.
Right, one. Someone needs to actually make, because there's already set rules of internet, but we need to have meme rules.
Meme rules.
Yes, add to the internet rules. Rule 34. Or wait.
No, that's rule.
Already a rule. That's a famous rule. Rule 720. What were we talking about?
Memes?
Yes. Never try explain tier 3 memes. It's too much trouble.
Exactly.
But like make a tier list and everything, and like how deep can you go? Cuz like one of my favorite memes is the word suck.
Like with just a C.
SUCC.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know why, but that's definitely one of those like tier 3 memes where just the word itself makes no sense, and then you understand that it's a funny word that kind of makes it tier 2, but then there's a special something that makes it tier 3, and I don't know how to explain it, but it's great. Shit. I keep bumping everything because I'm too much.
That's okay. They can hear everything.
Yeah, good. You suffer in my accidental bullshit, but
So as far as what I went through.
Yeah. What did you do for the rest of the con? That when you weren't ducking out.
Oh, it's not just that. Because ever since then, this is my 6th year going. Yeah. So I've been going. So this is gonna be my 6th year going. And ironically enough, my first year was the most memorable. Not for the bad reasons, but for the good reasons too.
Both.
Well, for both. Yeah, yeah, obviously. No, but it was mostly because it was one of those first time experiences. Yeah. Literally getting your cherry popped into it. Yeah. Yeah. I think the one of my best experiences that I've ever experienced was getting people to ask me for my picture. Actually, yeah, it was because of my cosplay.
That felt good.
It did. Never once did I ever consider that as a thing, but when it did happen, and not only did it happen, it happened constantly. Actually, because I mean, granted, I did the full body like Minecraft villager outfit because I thought it'd be kind of fun because I'd never seen it before.
Actually, if you still have some of those pictures, we should put them on the Facebook.
Oh, actually, I only have one picture. But I have the picture. No, I have some pictures on my Facebook actually. Okay. But yeah, I can give them to you so I can post on the Facebook page. Yeah. But I mean that was my first con. That was my first cosplay I'd ever attempted, and
it was pretty good.
There was a weird level of like appreciation that I had. That I never really was expecting out of the people there.
Well, you have to understand, Minecraft at the time was fucking not at its height necessarily, but it was still climbing.
That's true. I didn't take that into consideration. The only thing I took into consideration was that it was easy because of boxes. Well, yeah. So I was like, what's the easiest thing I can come up with so I can dress up on day one? Right. And I had a bunch of boxes laying around. Oh, I'll just do Minecraft then. Yeah. So I did that, and then walking around because of the popularity, like you said, of Minecraft. When I was walking around, I had people constantly asking me for pictures. I took some pictures with some people's kids. I did the whole thing where I would just like stand in front of doors, and because that's what Minecraft villagers do. Yeah. So I was pulling. Yeah. I was pulling a meme.
You were memeing.
I was memeing up over there.
Memeing before memes were super popular.
The only thing that was my enemy during that time were stairs, because I had no vision below. Yeah. So I had to like.
And then weren't your legs straight? They didn't have a bend to it.
No, I fixed the problem by giving it a little bit of a bend, so I can at least walk around. Okay. The only thing I completely not take into account with my arms. I had no arms whatsoever because they were constantly just crossed like this.
Right, because listeners, if you didn't know. If you've never played Minecraft or seen a villager in Minecraft, their arms aren't like to their side. For whatever reason, they decided to make it where their arms kind of go forward and then 90-degree angle into each other, so it's just kind of one limb.
Yeah, it's like one polygon.
Like a little hoop in front of them. Exactly. I don't know why they decided that, but
there were just no hands at all.
There's really no hands. It's just a hoop. of arm.
And I was actually posted on someone's Tumblr or something.
Hey.
For just the cosplay. And I thought that was pretty fun. Mm-hmm. Another thing was the one thing I'd also do is that I would just stand in like a little area, and just people thought I was fake, and I just turn my head quickly and freak people out.
Because that's also when villagers do. They just kind of stand around and just look at you.
And then I just lock eyes with somebody, and then I just keep staring until they will walk away. Mm-hmm. And it was great fun. Now let's see. I don't think. Let's see. Other experiences that I've had. Mm-hmm. One time I was at a panel. One time I remember I was at a panel. Mm. It was a Vocaloid panel. Mm-hmm. It was a Vocaloid panel, and there was a moment that, and at the end of every panel, they will like do like little contests, or like they were like ask questions, you get like a prize and something. Mm-hmm. Somehow I knew the answer to one Vocaloid question, and I was able to get a prize. I just found it to be like very exciting for me.
How'd you raise your hands? You were in a hoop.
They called me by my head.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Because I was a protruding block in the audience.
A little hard to miss.
And it was like, oh, this is so and so. Oh, there, and then they kind of just laid down my prize on top of my hands because I couldn't really grab it.
Right.
But
I mean, you definitely had a good time. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm glad you were able to recover. Because just having the whole first thing ruined for you would be awful.
Yeah, I mean that being my first time, I never thought it would be that stressful.
Yeah.
But there were also other times, other cons, like in the past 5 years.
Mm-hmm. I haven't been to a single con in the last 5 years, as I said before. Mm-hmm. So I'm essentially, I don't know if I'm a virgin again, but I'm rusty.
I mean, once you're popped, you're never going back.
You're right. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
It's more just getting the groove back.
But now, I have enough confidence to flirt with people while I'm at a con.
Sober?
We might have to throw a little bit of that in there.
Yeah, just get you a little bit of a
little buzz. But I mean, again, half the people there are on drugs anyway, so it's fine.
Oh yeah. There was something else. There was also like there are other experiences that I want to talk about. I mean, one of the few things I never really expected at a con was the walking.
Yeah.
Because
there's a lot.
I never once thought I would be sweating just from walking around, and also just being able to just like find a place to sit down.
Speaking of sweating, again, any convention really, always bring a stick of deodorant because you're going to need it.
This is a public service announcement.
Announcement to anyone. You can be, whether you rarely ever sweat or you well out of shape. You fucking stank.
I'm one of them.
I was one of them.
I know I smell. If I don't have my shit, I'm gonna smell. So I always make sure I smell nice.
Because you're walking around for hours. You're not going back to your hotel just to shower unless it's the end of the night. You should shower every night, hopefully. If you can't, at least bring some fucking body spray and some deodorant. At the very least, carry both with you while you're walking around. Because you're gonna start fucking radiating.
And again, though,
and it's hot.
Though you're not technically obligated to do so, you can take your advice and not even use it at all. But don't get butthurt if someone calls you out on it.
Oh yeah,
that's the one thing. You're not obligated to take a shower every day, but someone will call it out.
Yeah,
if need be, if that comes to right hand. I'm just saying, don't say that no one warned you.
Right. Because again, you're completely oblivious to it, but you are hurting other people. Because we're all packed together, we have to deal with it, and no one wants to.
Exactly. We're all in this together for 3 days. Mm-hmm.
Actually,
what?
Lewis had a story about going to ASIN, I think.
I know the story too.
It's the one where he was in line for something. I don't remember. But there was this, again, one of the unfortunate, not the super unfortunate part, but the neckbeardy part of the Weeb spectrum.
Oh my!
Was trying to chat him up, and he was definitely one of the people. Lewis specifically said it smelled like he didn't shower in weeks.
Oh my god.
And he was just chatting him up about My Little Pony.
Oh my god.
I don't remember what he was in line for, but it was he did not have a good time because he started somehow offending himself. Because, like, Lewis wasn't really engaging in the conversation that much.
Right.
But the guy kept talking to him about...
Just pestering him
about My Little Pony and stuff like that. And when Lewis, I think he said he's not interested, he got offended that Lewis wasn't interested and said, it's not just for little girls or something like... You know, that classic...
Right, the, like, defensive, like, position and all that.
Yeah, and then he stormed off. And... It was just a bad situation. God.
He once told me, it was him and Kevin. He once told me that there were, how there's like a car dealer vendor on the floor sometimes, usually.
A car dealer?
Card dealer.
Oh yeah.
Like like you can buy Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, and all that.
Yeah, of course.
Apparently there's one time the same guy that they used to go to didn't come one year. And I found out because he was like arrested for child pornography.
Oh shit! Whoa! Woof! Wow. Okay. Fucking 0 to 100. I mean, I guess technically, well, it's not illegal to sell Magic cards after you buy them, but like, goddamn, just got arrested for child porn. How did he find that out? How did he find that out?
He was at. I think because the vendor was there, the same the name was there and all that.
Yeah.
But he wasn't there.
Oh, so he must have been setting. He must have. That must have been recent.
Yeah, he was replaced essentially, and then the guy filled like Kevin and like Lewis in that. Yeah, he was arrested for caught with possessing child pornography.
Goddamn, son. Like.
And speaking of pornography, not child pornography. But speaking of pornography,
where are we going with this other than hentai panels?
One year, I don't remember what year it was, but one of the years, me being a little bit curious as myself, I was browsing around the hentai section.
Yeah.
Just it's there.
There's a real strong not resistance, but temptation to buy a body pillow. I'm not gonna lie to you. I want one, but I don't at the same time.
You might as well get one this year.
See, when I finally have my own goddamn room again, maybe. Right now, I can't just fucking. You have her sitting down on the couch, just waiting for you to come home. Like, exactly. Oh, how are you doing today? Especially if it's left in the home. I can't do it. I can't fucking do it.
As I was saying, when I was browsing on the hentai section, I look over to my left, and the most hilarious thing, was there. Let me rephrase it. I saw the most hilarious thing when I was over there. Mm-hmm. I saw Jesus Christ himself browsing along the hentai section.
He that was a bit. He knew what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing. Like, that's fucking gold.
I mean, he bought some too, but it was the most hilarious. Mateo took a picture of it.
Didn't you show me that?
Yeah. Jesus Christ was down there buying hentai.
That's right.
It was the most glorious thing I've ever seen in my life.
Hentai is beautiful in most of its forms.
Hentai is what brings people together in this community.
Exactly. Unless you like NTR, then you can go die.
Yes.
Yeah.
And lovely.
So, but yeah, I've wanted to kind of like, okay, I don't avoid the hentai section I didn't avoid it when I was in ASIN. I'm pretty sure I went there to browse once, but like it's the same feeling of buying, like, if you were to buy like a fucking Sports Illustrated at a
Sports. You're gonna have to put some context in. I don't know. I don't even think people in the generation even know about that anymore.
What? Really? Jesus. All right. So if you don't know what a Sports Illustrated is, it's essentially Bikini Models, the magazine. Because why not? Because
paper media is still a thing.
Paper media is still a thing. So if you're a teenager and the store owner or whoever's at the register is kind of up on the rules where they won't let you buy porn, but you can do whatever you want with the Sports Illustrated because no one's a nude.
Right.
They'll let you buy that, but it's still fucking awkward to buy porn. That's also the reason why we used to have Family Video around here, and I've never gone to the adult section.
Yeah, me neither.
It's just I don't want to deal with regular people and porn. It's fucking weird.
Why you don't like seeing people like you just doing the same thing?
I don't mind I don't mind seeing other people buy porn because I understand.
I'm buying them with you though.
Buying it's. I don't know. Maybe maybe that'll form a support, like a support where I'll finally feel strong enough to do it.
Maybe because like I can see where you're going. Where it's kind of like you're just browsing along and the guy bumps you like, oh, sorry about that. And I was like, oh, is it like the latest Titty Bomber 3000? Like, yeah, man, I heard the directing of this one's great.
No, that's fine. It's buying it. It's actually going to the person and buying it. Because I don't.
This is just a transactional phase.
It's a transaction where it becomes yours. Because, I talked about... I remember one time we went to Denny's. I think it was probably... Was it... I don't remember. But we went to Denny's for whatever reason, as we do. And I literally, the whole time, me and Matthias talked about porn. We just talked about hentai and just everything. Mm-hmm. And so, like I said, I have no problem talking about it. I generally, try to keep it away from the podcast so that someone might sponsor us. Eventually, hopefully.
I mean, maybe a hentai studio will.
Because they're making so much money now.
Hey, porn's a good industry.
It is a good industry when they get people to actually pay for it.
Oh, that's true.
So, just saying. But, where was I?
Transaction.
It's fucking weird, especially when it's hentai, because it's like, what if I fucking buy hardcore tentacle rape porn? I'm like, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to fucking.
Oh, is this it? Like, yeah.
Yeah. What? Fucking. What is it? Violent Inferno. No. There's. As a quick aside, there's some really weird titles to hentai. Like, there's one called like Violent Semen Inferno, a rape assault or something like that. I'm like, God. What the fuck?
And there's one called The Rape Man.
I know, there's a whole bunch of weird shit. But like, again, I don't want to fucking go there and get Princess Sakura gets fucking drowned in tentacles or whatever, or beast cum or something like that. Like, I don't want to fucking.
I think it's also because of the fact that if you have it, you have to give it to someone else so they can give it back to you.
Exactly. That essentially becomes a label on your forehead to them. I don't want that.
Well, you're Mr. Semen Inferno. Gotcha.
I'm Mr. Semen.
I know where you're going with this.
Oh my god, it's just fucking like there's just shit I can't deal with.
This is why online shopping is the best for introverts.
Best for introverts that want to keep their bullshit secret.
Because essentially you have to show them what you're buying. Like, yeah, I want to buy this.
Exactly. It's not physically possible for me. Maybe eventually. Again, maybe if we go as a group and we all get labeled as fucking weirdos, I'd be fine.
Maybe you and I can go to like the Faku section this time around.
Or maybe I can just get regular porn or regular hentai and like vanilla. And not be judged, because most people could buy vanilla hentai and not be judged.
Yeah, that's true. But then again, what if you struck a conversation with the vendor guy? Would you go along with it?
Yeah, I would. It'd be so fucking
weird. Was it like Semen Inferno? Great choice. Yeah, great animations. Like he starts like egging you on about like the directing development and then the sequel to it and the prequel.
You know what? I don't know. At that point in time, it feels weird.
Really?
I don't know. It's so weird. It's so weird. But it's the same feeling with buying a body pillow. It's like, especially if it's like a nude one.
And it's a woman giving it to you.
Yeah, exactly. Like fucking. You know what they're gonna do with that. Like, there's no
sleep with it.
You can do more than sleep with it.
I mean, if you. That's left up to the imagination, and you judge them internally.
Yes, exactly. But it's still.
I mean, John, if you're gonna buy a body pillow, what do you expect's gonna happen to the vendor? What do you expect's gonna happen in the head of the vendor that's giving it to you?
Oh, I'm sure they know, but like.
Is it just the process of going?
Because they know and we know, but I don't want me know.
What?
I don't fucking know. I just don't want to be known with the body pillow.
You can always work. The thing is, you can always wear cosplay. That way, it can literally mask you.
I mean, you're not wrong. I could do that.
Because again, Jesus was the one buying hentai, not Jim down the street. Mm-hmm. You know.
But it'd just be so fucking weird.
Oh, I remember one time I was in the Villager cosplay. Mm-hmm. I didn't know it was a hentai booth, but I looked down. I was looking at stuff, and the guy was like, "Oh, Mr. Villager, checking out some of our latest porn." I'm like, "Oh shit." And I walked away from it because I was only under the age 18 during that time.
Right.
So it's like, oh, I just like wave my head no, and then like wild away.
They are strict with that because they have to be.
Mm-hmm. But they're also surprisingly open if you are of age.
Yeah.
Because he thought I was purchasing. Because I was literally like diving my head down in all the pictures. He was like, oh, what's this? And then he came up to me.
Ooh, what's this?
It was like, fresh porn. What are you having? I'm like, oh shit, no, and I just like,
you nervously villagered away.
Exactly.
Fucking.
But to do that, you can always just like wear a mask or something, or like, give yourself an obvious.
Become hentai common.
That'll probably encourage you to buy more.
Exactly.
But then, if you want to be hentai common, you have to wear panties for a mask.
Yep.
And a G-string.
Yep.
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
I would.
You would?
Yeah.
You would be opposed to that?
I do. I actually see. You can't just do panties on your head because then you're a weirdo. You have to go full on. You can't half it. You either don't do it or you go all in.
Oh, really? Are you sure?
Think about it.
Jarrell and Kevin did that.
But did they do the full body?
One time they did, but they half-assed it the first time because they got nervous. So they were in their normal civilian clothes, wearing panties over their faces.
Yeah, no, you can't do that because then you're just a fucking pervert. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they'll get the meme, but like, well, he also has like eyes with it. If you had like the
mask,
it
was a mask.
Was it the eye part was a mask?
Yeah.
I thought that was just his eyes becoming flared up because.
No, it was like a mask and then the panties over that.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So like Spider-Man.
Okay, so then I guess at that point it would work if you were in civilian clothes if you didn't want to commit to the fucking full body thong.
And for those of you who do not know what hentai kamen is, I would recommend it. I would recommend you to look it up
because there's
it's a movie.
It's an anime and a live action, isn't it?
I don't think it's a manga. It's based off the manga.
All right, so it's a manga and a live action.
Yeah, so hentai kamen essentially what is it? What does kamen usually stand for?
Hero.
So
essentially ranger or something like that.
Something like that. But hentai kamen is like he's the perverted hero.
Yeah. Where
he wears panties over his head and a G-string, and he fights evildoers as such through the power of pure libido. It's pretty fun, actually. I watched the movie. It's a pretty.
I'm sure it's
funny
fucking
movie.
Hilarious.
Like, it's great.
Hold on. Oh, in Japan, the word "common" means mask.
Oh, okay. So like
hentai mask.
So the perverted mask.
Yeah.
But in relation to this, actually, Jarrell, my brother, one time he actually cosplayed as hentai kamen in one of the years.
Yeah.
And he the one, so it was sort of bad luck on him because he saw kind of like the cutest Miku cosplayer over there.
But he was in the.
He was in the hentai kamen outfit, like G-string and all.
Oh my god!
And he asked to take a picture with her. He got the picture, but she was so uncomfortable. There's a good like 2 feet of distance between the two of them. He was so upset about that because it was bad timing, but that was the only chance he was gonna get. Cause she had like the angel wings and everything. It was apparently it was on point.
Oh, okay.
And Jarrell wanted to get a picture, but he just couldn't get the normal picture because he was essentially half naked.
Yeah.
And then
it's one of those things where if people so if you're a guy and you're doing half naked cosplay, if it's well known, you're gonna get praised for it. If it's kind of niche, kind of like hentai kamen, you might get some looks, but because it's it's ridiculous enough and you got the mask, people get it must be from something.
Exactly.
But if you're just in your underwear.
Well, not even just
unless
that,
you're buff, you can just be in your underwear. But
you could be that as well.
But or maybe not. I don't know. I don't know the rules of nudity.
I think there is a certain level of attraction as well, just because like,
the acceptance to attraction ratio is what's the word? is they follow each other. Is it
kind of like economics when supply and demand?
Sort of. Yeah. When one's up, the other's down, or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Because one year I took pictures with like a Doug Trio cosplay, but they were all buff. All they wore were the ditto. Oh no, the
ditto. Yeah, the
Dig Dug.
The
Dig Dug.
No, not Dig Dug.
Diglett.
Diglett. There we go. I
yeah.
was about to say, what the fuck? Couldn't I think of it?
All three of them were wearing Diglett heads, And then the rest were just like just shirtless, like really buff guys.
Yeah.
And they're just posing it up like JoJo characters.
Yeah.
And that was pretty cool.
Yeah. It's again. But there's also a weird inverse. Like if you're like really fat, like but not like I'm bound to a chair fat, but like fat.
Okay.
Like, it becomes comical. Cause like if you did the hentai common and you're buff, and you know it's whatever. If you're just super average body or you're super thin, it's just like you kind of look goofy. But if you're like really fat but you're in the hentai common, you're rocking it.
That's true. Yeah, it's a weird dynamic.
Yeah, it's a weird because one becomes you're attractive, and two that's really funny, and then it's literally a V. It you have to be at one extreme, or otherwise you're way the fuck. Otherwise, it's just kind of weird.
Yeah, exactly. But sometimes you can pull it off. Like one year, I ran into a guy. He dressed up as a what were they called? What were the naked people called from Kill la Kill?
Sunrise something. Shit.
Like the secret eight. Like
yeah, I remember they had some weird. Nudist beach.
There you go, nudist beach. Well, this one guy dressed up as one of the nudist beach members, but he dressed up as a teacher, and he literally stuck like purple LEDs on his nipples.
Yeah, I remember you showing me a picture of that.
And he was just pulling it off like really well.
Yeah,
I loved it. I took a picture with him. It was great.
It's there's a level of comical that goes acceptance and comedy that goes together, and it's great. Honestly, there's really only at conventions, and I guess. Select few other places that you'll get something like that. Mm-hmm. You can't just see fucking nudist beach dude on the street and be like, all right, this isn't the place.
Right.
But yeah, I'm excited to go back this year. Unfortunately, again, I'll only be able to go for a day, maybe Sunday as well.
You might as well,
depending on
if you want to go to that Final Fantasy concert.
Yeah, I do want to go to the Final Fantasy concert, even though again I won't recognize most of the music because as much as I do. Theoretically enjoy the series. I've only played 3 of the games. Mm-hmm. I played 12, 10-2, and 13. Yeah.
There we go.
And maybe a little bit of 14.
You mean the MMO?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's. I guess you can't call me a true fan, but I definitely enjoy it, and I'm excited to go to that concert. There was 2 years ago, I think. I don't know if it was at one of the cons, but there was a Zelda Symphony. Mm-hmm. I fucking hate that I missed that.
Oh, you don't know? I remember that. I didn't go, but I remember that being one of the events that one year.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, what does it looking like this year? Since I haven't looked at any of the information.
So far, I mean, the 2 biggest ones I see so far is the Final Fantasy concert and the F Hana concert.
Right. F Hana being the person that made the...
Well, there are 4 people band. They're the ones that sang the Kobayashi Dragon Maid opening.
Yeah. I fucking love that opening so much.
Like, I recognize them just because they have that sound, that distinctive sound. That I know that's F Hana.
Yeah.
And they're doing a live concert on Friday night, which is unfortunate because you're not going to be there Friday night.
Yeah, I know. Maybe. Depending on,
because how early is that party gonna be? Is it gonna be like morning?
Because remember, I have to go to work.
Right.
Or no, I'm probably gonna have to take off work. Shit. I'm gonna have to get that sorted out today.
Yeah, probably should
tomorrow, whichever. I'm gonna have to take off work. I don't know how long that's gonna be. I doubt it'll go late until the night because it's a retirement party and old people get tired.
Yeah, they do tend to sleep like they go to bed at like 8.
Right.
And then people they kind of like tired them at like maybe 4 or 5, like right or like a few hours after like.
Well, regardless, it's a retirement party at their school.
Yeah.
So it might last until 5. So if you can pick me up, I could probably go.
As long as you give me a confirmation of that, because it starts at 6. So.
Ooh, that'll be spicy.
Yeah. Counter starts at 6. I want to make sure that we get a good spot.
Right. You definitely need a good spot. Shit. We'll see what happens. I'll ask my mom how that goes. Mm-hmm. How that party's going.
Right.
But if I miss it, I do miss it. But whatever. Did they also do the ending or is just the opening? Because the ending was the first one was communication.
No, ending is communication.
The ending's communication.
No, I don't think that's them. That's not them.
It's not. They both say communication in the opening and ending.
Do they? Oh.
It's a lyric in that first one when the I don't know what that is. The thing that was getting cut, the natto I think was getting cut, and it was the Leviathan girl. What was her name?
Oh man, I don't know my Dragon Mans anymore.
I don't remember. Her name starts with an I. Ikuno? No, that's fucking Darling Frank. Speaking of, we'll get to that in a sec. I don't remember her name. But when her face was on this little thing that was constantly getting cut as she was saying communication.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why I remember that specific. I've watched that opening a lot.
Maybe that's
I've watched it every single episode, and when we talked about the openings for
the anime
of the year.
Yeah.
Opening of the year. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that episode. I told you all that if I'm not interested in the opening, I won't watch it more than maybe twice, but every single fucking episode.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing that now for Megalobox. I fucking love that opening.
I've been doing that mostly with Darling the Franks.
It is good.
Granted, it was the same opening.
It's just chill.
It's just more chill during the second core.
Right. But yeah, speaking of,
I also did it with Violet Evergarden as well. I love the artist for that one. True.
Don't remember it. I only watched it once. But to be fair, I did like the opening for that, but I was so fucking gripped that I had to immediately get to the next episode. Right. I had to fucking push through.
Like, no time for this.
No time. I had to next
Must
one.
cry.
Exactly. Jesus Christ, that was so good. I can't wait for their second season if they do it or whatever they're gonna do with it.
I feel like most likely it could be a movie.
Probably. I'd be down for a movie about her being 20-something, teaching people how to be combat dolls, delivering letters and shit. I don't know.
You mean memory dolls?
Yeah, memory dolls, but they're gonna be in combat writing letters. Yeah, new anime style. You write as the battle's going on, as people die.
Mm.
You literally follow them on the battlefield. You're too badass to get taken down, so you just have like this side or like little machine typewriter that the typewriter's right in front of you, and it prints out the back or something into a little basket. And you're just running around dodging bullets and typing their last words.
And if it's KyoAni, it's still gonna be beautiful.
It's gonna be gorgeous. I've never seen a bullet be so pretty.
Oh yeah, the shimmer on that blood.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It's great. And them feels, tasty. Fuck me up with that.
Oh man.
Okay, don't fuck me up with feels. I hate feels. But I accepted Violet Evergarden because it was each feel was a mix of good, happy, and sad feel.
Yeah.
I can't just deal with just straight up sad feel.
I think the last time I ever felt like that was Your Lie in April, because that was just a lot of mixed emotions.
Yeah, I don't think I cried during Your Lie in April, but that was rough.
Oh, they did it. They did a special like panel for Your Lie in April 1 year.
Oh, did they?
In ASIN, they had the voice actors over. It was a big. They had it in the big hall, like the big grand ballroom hall and everything. And they show they showcase the English dub of the Blu-ray and all that, and man, people were still crying after it all aired, because this is like a good season after it ended, and people were sniffling and crying. Luckily though, they gave us specialty Your Lie in April Kleenexes.
Those motherfuckers.
Because when you enter, they give you a little Kleenex.
Give it to you.
They give it to you, and it has a little Your Line April picture on there, and then you turn around, and it's like tissue. And people did use them.
That's fucking hilarious. That's good marketing right there. I would have sold them for like $0.25.
I mean, you need them if you're especially sensitive to the show specifically.
I actually just remembered another thing. This was, I guess, sort of kind of a hentai panel, maybe not. I think this was probably my third year, maybe. I don't remember. But it was me and Baja walking around. We met this girl. I thought she was fucking delicious looking. But we said, we were all having a good time, da 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 da. She was cosplaying something pink. I don't remember. I think she was cosplaying Madoka.
Oh, okay.
From Madoka Magica, or aka Madoka Maguka. And I thought we were hitting it off until we went to a Yuri panel, and I was like, "Oh, she gay." And it was confirmed because we met up with her girlfriend there.
Oh, really?
Yep. That was unfortunate. It was very unfortunate.
Such a sad love story right there.
It was a fun panel because they were talking about how Yuri's not as pure as people make it out to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, it's still going to be seen as the purest form of love because the majority of the anime community is a bunch of perverted dudes that like to see women together.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, it is what it is. But,
speaking of which, hashtag Team Ikuno.
Hashtag Team Ikuno. Boy, this fucking episode, oh my God, I'm so fucking happy with Franks right now. Even though Kokoro's getting more screen time and I don't like that. But
I'm a little bit more upset that they kind of just left Futoshi in the dust.
Yeah, they just kind of forgot about his character. He had that moment. The only thing he had in this whole anime was to be shit on, and that's it. He hasn't done shit else, and it makes me sad. I guess, just getting shit on. It makes me sad. Everyone else is having, I guess not everybody. Zorome and Miku are still irrelevant.
Yeah.
For the most part. Something's going to hit them real hard.
At least they're still together, though.
That's true.
Ikuno's gay while Futoshi's alone.
Yeah. They keep hinting. Like, I don't even know if it's a hint now. We know at this point.
Yeah. But,
like, they keep saying, like, everyone... Like, in this episode, she literally said everyone has secrets that they want to keep because...
They can't say it.
They can't say it. This is a really spoilery episode-ish. Kind of. We saw what the Queen of the Klaxosaurs look like. She is adorable.
Mm-hmm.
She is a little blue cutie. She has 2 horns, but she has one flat, long horn in the front of her head, and the same, like a mirror of it coming out the back of her head. Mm-hmm. Just really long white hair, and blue tentacles,
and blue skin.
If you didn't get that part.
Yeah. And
she can't talk. She shouts, and then the resonance within her voice speaks directly to your brain.
Yeah, so it's like a weird form of telepathy.
Yeah. Like a shouting telepathy. Like if someone just imagine having someone that had telepathy, but they literally had to shout at everything they wanted to move. So if they wanted to pick up the fucking computer, they have to see as it just shoots into the fucking roof. That's essentially what she had to do. She also has like a dragon and a giant snake as a pet or something. I don't know. She's cool. I'm happy. I can't wait for whatever's gonna go down.
And she's voiced by the famous Tsundere Queen.
That's right. If you guys don't know who the famous Tsundere Queen is, look at your Toradora, your Familiar of Zero, your
Hayate no
Gotoku. She's in a lot of stuff. If you liked lolly tsundere girls before 2010,
yes,
then you know who she is. Mm-hmm. Her famous catchphrase is "Shut up, shut up, shut up," and literally every single one of her characters has said that. And if this one doesn't say it, she fits the bill. I don't know if she's a tsundere, but she's a lolly, or at least she's just flat. But if she doesn't say "shut up, shut up, shut up," I'm gonna be upset.
And I'm surprised that she's doing more roles now.
Yeah.
So
why don't you take off? I guess I don't know.
Maybe she took like a year off or something. I mean, or a few years off.
From what I understand, voice acting is fucking stressful.
Yeah, it's a lot of voice acting to do.
Yeah. But yeah, there's we got a lot of stuff from this episode. Again, because the plot's starting to really roll in. We got to see what the Queen of the Claxors looks like. We know what Papa and them are, ish, kind of.
Sort of.
We know what they aren't.
Yeah, that's true.
We learned a little bit more about like reproduction in this episode.
That it tells you anything.
If it tells you anything, Kokoro gets to spearhead that one because she's the character for it. I was slightly proud of Mitsuru at the beginning because he had a strong thought to be gone.
But again, that was because he didn't know exactly what was going on.
But still.
Oh, it did confirm one thing though. It's
what?
not Mitsuru. It's not a.
Yeah, Mitsuru's not gay.
Not gay.
Unfortunately. Is it bad that I only wanted him to be gay to spite Kokoro? Like, not just because, we should have more homosexual characters because, diversity. No, I just wanted him to be gay to spite her.
No, maybe it's weird.
Maybe.
He still has the weirdest character arc ever, Mitsuru.
He didn't even have a character arc. Hero apologizing, like, okay, I'll be not a piece of shit anymore.
I mean, he went from shitty to being cool.
Less shitty. He's still kind of shitty.
I mean,
he just hasn't had that many lines to be shitty.
That's true.
Because we're currently still focusing mostly on Zero Two and Hero. I mean, now that they're kind of in their honeymooning phase, I guess. Not much is happening with them, but now
there's more developments as well,
Yeah. Oh my god, I want to talk about that. What do we ever come to terms with how we're treating our spoilers?
I did actually.
Yeah.
I do have an idea. We can talk about it after the podcast or now if you want. I don't know.
Yes.
Let's talk about it afterwards. Because I do have stuff I need to talk to you about as well.
Okay. So we won't spoil this episode. We might spoil the next episode, depending. If we get to it, because we'll be talking about the con.
We're gonna be at con actually.
Yeah, we're gonna have the podcast at the con actually.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, look out for that. We mentioned that.
Yeah, because I was gonna segue into that.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. There's a segue.
Yeah. So John and I are gonna be at ASIN this year.
Yeah.
And it also means we're gonna be at ASIN. We're gonna be also at ASIN when the podcast is supposed to be recording.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're gonna be doing. See, what I want to do is I actually want to do a little bit of a special video over there too.
Let's do a vlog.
We're gonna be vlogging down there. We're gonna be doing a podcast there. And if you happen to see us, well, I don't even know if we look like.
No, we have 2 videos on it, but we do have our other channel.
Yeah, but no one really.
Well, yeah, it's because one, there's not enough videos on it, and two,
exactly.
We're not popular yet.
Yeah, that's true.
I haven't checked our recent subscribers. A lot of my friends on Facebook started watching, so I know we got a couple more viewers. But I don't know what's going on with how our growth. And sorry if every episode we've kind of come back to this, but it's just really exciting to have a growing channel. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, look at that. We're at 190 downloads.
Oh, shit, we're almost to 107 views, boy.
We almost have 200 downloads.
I know.
Who the hell are these people?
I don't know. Why are you wasting your time on us? Please continue to waste your time on us.
We need you to make this whole thing successful.
Exactly. But yeah,
we're gonna be at con. I still haven't figured out what we're gonna do, but I do kind of want to do a vlog and also maybe even like talk to some con goers that are there and get our name out there. Get our name out there as the wannabeaboos podcast.
Yeah,
and all that. So
some shameless advertising.
I was actually thinking about like making like business cards or something, or at least like a little sticker.
Yeah.
Or a sign.
How much would we be able to get stickers by Friday? Or I guess Saturday, if that's when we're going to do it.
We have a better chance of business cards, I know that.
Yeah. T-shirts wouldn't be hard, but we'd only be able to make, or not to give out, but like we could get our own T-shirts
to identify ourselves.
I mean,
I have a Mega Milk T-shirt. I can always wear that.
Guess you could. Just wear a couple bowls on it. Put your Stormtrooper helmets under there.
Exactly. Well, this is why you guys gotta follow the Twitter and also the Facebook so that you're always up to date.
Yeah, because even though we don't post much on it, as much as try as I might, I don't know how to engage people on social media.
At least not yet.
We will be posting. I have been every week. I've been posting like, hey, we talk about this, blah blah blah. Questions. Place your questions here. I do that on Twitter and Facebook now. I'll be posting our videos. Well, I'll be sharing from YouTube our videos on Facebook, so that you have immediate access to that. So yeah, that's how that's gonna be. I think we should do a vlog because I feel like that's the easiest way to.
Oh yeah, definitely. And if any of you people 109 people that downloaded our podcast happen to be going to Anime Central this year,
look for.
I'm just going off by stretch.
Yeah.
If this ever does happen, but if you are listening to us and are going to ASIN on Saturday, let's say around at 12 noon, we'll be there just hanging around.
Yeah, we'll.
If you want to meet us and maybe shake our hands and maybe call us a bunch of degenerates or argue with us.
Yeah, sure.
We'll be at the Starbucks location in the Stevens Convention Center. You won't be able to miss it. It's the Starbucks over there is literally gonna be like a giant Starbucks sign. We'll be right underneath that.
Yeah.
12 noon. If you're listening to us, that's where we're gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
We're also posted again in the Facebook page and also the Twitter for following us and all that.
I'll put down where to meet us at if you want to talk to us.
Yeah.
And you'll get to be in our vlog.
Yeah, exactly.
Or whatever the fuck we're gonna do.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, but you will be mentioned in the podcast essentially.
Yeah.
So
it'll be a good time, hopefully.
But as always, guys, I just want to thank all you guys for listening to us, downloading our podcast, and overall just being there for the past 16 weeks.
Yeah, honestly, you guys are fucking super. We've probably said it once, we'll say it again. Didn't really expect much from the channel. We just wanted to do it to have fun, and we are having a lot of fun. But thank you for going on this journey with us, and we will continue to provide you with really shitty content.
Exactly. And as always, guys, my name is Jamal Socorro.
My name's Duran Gaddis.
And we are the Wannabeaboos podcast, bringing you the latest and greatest game and anime news, reviews, and waifus for lifu.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll talk to you next time. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll talk to you next time.
God damn. Fucked it up.
Damn it.
God damn it. See you guys next week.
See ya.